Welcome to Infizo CMMS. Today, we'll explore everything about our computerized maintenance management software and how to use it. Let's get started. Navigate to the left selection pane to find the different features available to your organization. Today, we'll learn how to schedule a maintenance for an asset using the Schedule feature. In the Schedule Activity section, we'll find a schedule filter, which allows us to filter activities based on whether they are bound to an asset or are generic. We can see that when we run a report on activities bound to an asset, a list of activities is displayed below. Whereas, when we run a report on activities that are not bound to any asset, no list of activities are displayed. We'll then set the filter to default and move to the right top corner button, Create, to schedule a new activity. While scheduling an activity, we can select an asset to bind this activity to, or we can leave it blank. We've selected an asset, printer, just for your understanding. We will then select a location where we wish to perform this activity, like head office. Activity type refers to the type of activity we wish to perform. It can have different naming conventions as per user or organizational requirement. We can fill in the description according to our needs. The user group refers to the group to whom the activity is going to be allotted for resolution. The activity type and user groups are created using other features of the application by the admin user. We'll be showing you the process for both, later in this video. We will then select an assignee of the activity from the drop-down and move on to select an occurrence of the activity. The occurrence refers to the periodic repetition of the activity to maintain the asset. From the drop-down, we will select a custom occurrence to have the flexibility to choose the recurrence period, as shown here in the Custom Days field. We will then select a start date of the maintenance schedule from the pop-up calendar. The activity reminder allows the user to set up an automatic reminder before the actual maintenance is due. We can select an end date to specify the end of the maintenance period and can also select a user from the CC field to keep in the loop. In the activity details, we can select a vendor name from the drop-down and fill in the maintenance amount if the activity is being undertaken by any vendor. This is independent of the user group details and will not coexist under one activity. We will then click Save to add the new activity. We can now see the newly added activity amongst the list of existing activities. By clicking on the I button against each activity, we can see all the details entered while creating the activity. We can edit the activity details by clicking on the Edit button as shown here. We'll be changing the activity description and enter an amount under the vendor details and update the activity details. Once saved, we'll be able to see the newly added activity amongst the list of existing activities. We can scroll right along the name of the activities to see all the details being represented in the list. To check the status of the pending activities, users can move to the top ribbon and click the bell icon and then move to the Pending Activities tab. From the Pending Activities list, we'll see two types of activities as shown here. The blue ones will refer to the upcoming activities while the red ones refer to the overdue activities. We can also scroll to the left selection pane and navigate to the Schedules and Maintenance to view the pending activities as shown here. User groups under Schedules and Maintenance show the list of existing groups. A user group is a group of concerned members to whom activities can be assigned for execution. A user group detail can be seen by scrolling right of the User Groups list. Next, we'll move to the activity type to show you the list of activities that have already been created earlier in the system. By clicking on the I button available on the left of each activity, we can view the details of each activity. Next, we can move to the Edit button and click to open the edit form of the activity, in case we wish to edit any details. Here, we will change the activity aspects like OTP required for closing the activity. Toggling this option allows you to select a user to whom the OTP will be sent. The OTP toggle allows the user to receive an OTP to be used as a proof of closure of the activity. The SMS notification allows us to send a notification SMS update to the assignee of the activity. We'll now click on the top right, Create button, to create a new activity. In the Add Activity form, we'll fill in a desired activity type as shown here and we'll move to selecting the amount to be from the drop-down as a paid activity. We can turn the file upload toggle on in case there is a requirement for any attachment to be uploaded and move on to turning the OTP required on and selecting a user for sending the OTP. We will then toggle the SMS notification on and click Save to see the newly created activity amongst the list of existing activities. We'll again go back to the user groups to show you the current list of user groups and will then move on to showing how to create a new user group in the Help Desk tab. In the Help Desk tab, we'll move to the Help Desk settings to find ourselves the User Group Manager. Here, using the buttons on the left, we can delete or view the details of each user group as shown here. To create a user group, we'll navigate and click on the top right, Create button. Once inside the Add User Group form, we'll fill in a group name as desired by the organization. We will then move on to selecting multiple users from the Group User dropdown as a group consists of more than one individual user. We can then select a group head from the dropdown as shown and move to select a user group type. The user group type refers to the type of task the group will be assigned. The ticket type refers to any breakdown or repair maintenance, while the activity type refers to preventive maintenance. We can either select an individual type for the group or we can select both ticket and activity. Here, we'll select activity as we are working on preventive maintenance. We can then bind the group to specific locations by selecting Asset Location from the drop-down. User outside the selected location will not be able to see the user group. Moving on to the asset categories, we can leave it blank for non-specific user groups. But in this case, we shall select IT assets, as the group will be focusing only on IT maintenance. We can then fill in a description as per the requirement and can also select users to keep in CC from the Additional CC drop-down. We'll leave out the Default Values for Tickets section as this will only be used in case we are creating a user group type containing ticket. Once saved, we can now see that the IT Maintenance user group has now been added to the list of user groups. Now that we have added a new user group for IT Maintenance, we'll head back to the Schedule feature to schedule a new activity for an IT asset laptop. We'll then select the location, Head Office, from the drop-down menu and move forward with selecting the activity type. We can leave the description blank and move to the user group, where we will see the recently created group in the drop-down. We will then select an assignee from the drop-down for the activity and move on to selecting the occurrence type and set it to 90 days. We then select a start date and move on. We will then select the activity reminder period at 2 days and move on to selecting an end date for the activity from the pop-up calendar. We will not be keeping anybody in CC for this activity and will move straight to the activity details section to fill in vendor details and the amount. We'll set the amount at 0 and click Save. Once saved, we can see the activity being displayed in the list of activities along with its details. Hope this video helps you use Infizo CMMS seamlessly. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.